Well, hey, YouTube. Welcome back, my friends, once again to Photoshop Elements TV. I'm your host, Jack, and today we're talking about the title and the thumbnail always gives it away. We are talking about protecting your photos, right? Protecting more than the photos, protecting the organizer. So, what is the organizer and what does it really do? A lot of you may not know because you don't, may not know a lot about the back end of computers, but the organizer is put together and it's put together in what's known as a database. That database can, and in fact, at times it does get corrupted. So, we need to make sure we have a solid backup of all of our photos that are in our organizer. Now, normally, before you shut Photoshop Elements, before you shut the organizer, it's going to say, do you want to run a backup? And most of us obviously say no, right? Because it's quicker just to say no and the program exits. You would be much better off to say yes every single time. But let's go through the initial backup and what you need to worry about. So to get to the backup in the organizer, you will go under File, and you're going to go to Backup Catalog. You're going to come up with this really nice screen here, okay? Adobe Elements makes it so easy to back up these databases so you can save this stuff. Now, here's a recommendation. Save the database, and if I can find them, I'll put a couple pictures in here. Not on a thumb drive, right? It's not going to be big enough to withstand all your photos and everything to back them up there. I would recommend backing those up on an external hard drive. The reason being is if the internal hard drive of your computer crashes, if something happens, and they do go bad, trust me, I've been doing computer work for years, then you will have a backup somewhere other than your actual hard drive on an external drive. Once you do that, even for more safekeeping, you can find a cloud-based storage somewhere that you can store your files on. I like the company called pCloud, or if you have a Office 365 account, you can use your OneDrive account and back up the database there also because they give you 1 terabyte of storage. All right, with that said, here's the backup catalog structure. Okay, so back up the current catalog organizations. Let me put my glasses on here so I can make sure I can read this for you. Structure like keywords, tags, people, places, event, albums. This option will not back up your photos and videos. Okay, so this is just the structure, the catalog structure, how you laid it out. You're putting keywords in, you're putting tags in, you're organizing places, events, people. It backs up that part of it. Okay. Now let's talk about a full backup. Okay. So if we click this little radio button right here, and it says backup the current catalog organizer structure along with all your photos and your videos. Note, you must do a full backup before you can use the incremental backup option. We're going to talk about that next. So the full backup, when you hit next, it's going to ask you where do you want it to go. Okay, but before I do that, I want to talk to you about incremental backup. So if we click this, back up your current catalog organization structure and any new or modified photos and videos since your last full backup. So once we have that full backup, we never really again have to do another full backup unless you're creating new catalogs. And I'll probably contain that in another video because I don't want to make this video real lengthy. Today, I just wanted to talk about your backups. So once we have a full backup of our current catalog or current database, we're going to do incremental backups. But we're going to show you the full backup. So I'm going to click next. All right. Here it is. So where do we want to store these backups? Now, this happens to be a Mac, but on Windows, you would have like your C drive, you would have your D drive, E drive, whatever else you may have. As you see here, I got a few different drive options. All right. And you can see my pCloud right there. Okay. So there's my pCloud. So I can back up there. So we have stuff as storage SSD. Now that's my external hard drive, and I have it plugged in via USB right into the computer. So here's the second thought: when you back up to an external storage drive, okay, and you're done using that drive for the day, unplug that drive. So if something catastrophic happens to that computer, maybe there's some current that goes out of there, you don't want to destroy your backup drive. Big data, that's a network storage drive that I have here in the office that I can store things to. pCloud, we talked about that. That's my online storage service. And then we got my data. Okay. My data is also another external storage drive that I have here in the office. All right, so I can put it on there if I want. So we're going to just show you the storage drive. Okay, this is the storage drive. I can browse because I don't just want to put it on the root. I want to browse out to my storage drive. All right, let me bring this up here. Okay, there's our storage drive. And what we're going to do here is we're going to make a new folder, and we're going to call it Elements Backup. Why don't we do that? Elements Backup. That sounds like pretty logical, right? You can call it really whatever you want. There's no real naming conventions you have to worry about. Click OK. So now we see it's going to store it on Elements Backup. Okay. And if I had a previous file, I can browse and I can put that previous file in there. Now we're going to do is hit Save Backup, and it's going to back up all this structure. And there it goes, writing the backup files to my external hard drive. Okay, so we'll see how long it's going to take. Shouldn't take long. This catalog does not have a lot of photos in here. This is the catalog I've been using to do these YouTube videos. So there's not really a lot in here. It's more or less just training photos I've been playing with. So we will let this rock and roll here. So let's say, okay, so where should you buy an external storage drive? Naturally, you could even buy these at Walmart, folks. If you shop at Walmart or any of the big box stores, you go in there, go back to their computer section. They're usually in a glass case. I like Western Digital drives. I also have a Seagate drive sitting here. They're very nice. Again, they're USB or USB-C. Maybe if you have a newer laptop and you have USB-C connections, just plug them in and they're ready to go. It's as simple as that, okay? You can also buy them on Amazon. Now, what size should you buy? I would recommend this day and age, I would buy a 2 terabyte drive, okay? 2 TB, 2 terabyte. 1 terabyte drives are maybe $20 or $30 cheaper. It might not even be cheaper, that cheap. It might be $10 cheaper. Look for a 2 terabyte drive, okay? And if you don't have Office 365 and maybe OneDrive, look at the P drive or P Cloud. P Cloud has been around for years. You can pay for their service for a lifetime. You could pay $3.99 for 2 terabytes for life and always have that there. And it's easy. You can access that from any computer or any web browser. All right. Just to say, they're not affiliated with me. I just love using them. All right. So the backup completed successfully. Click OK. And that's all there is to it, right? So the next time we make some changes and we're in here and we're working and we go to close out of Photoshop Elements, it's going to ask you, it's going to say, hey, do you want to back up? Make sure you hit yes, because at that point, it's going to be an incremental backup. It's going to be very fast. If you kept saying no and you came in here and made a lot of changes, what I like to do before I exit is I will go back up. I will simply click on Backup Catalog, and this time I will go to Incremental Backup. If I hit Next, it's going to ask me where do I want to back up? Back at that storage drive. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back to my drive here and click that file. Backup erase this. Do you wish to overwrite it? Okay, I'm not going to overwrite that, but you get the idea that you go right back in the same file folder. Okay, previous backup folder, previous backup files. You can look for those. All right. So what happens if you have a catastrophic failure? All your photos are gone. There's nothing there, and you're lost. You're heartbroken, right? Because all those memories are gone. Simple. You plug your backup hard drive, your external hard drive, back into your computer, and go back under File. And this time, you're going to go to Restore Catalog from a hard drive. Okay, Restore from. Locate the backup file. We're going to browse out. Move this window up here. I know it's on my external storage drive. So storage. All right, this is my storage drive here. And I went to Elements. These are my backups. Click OK. And restore to. So restore the original folder structure is probably what I want. I want to put them back to where they were. Okay. And after that, I would just simply click on Restore. Okay. And that will restore those. So that's how easy it is to get them back from your hard drive. But remember, I always suggest 2 backups, right? 1 local backup on an external hard drive. And again, things happen in life, and with paper photos, we always worried about fire. I also worry about fire with digital photos, because if my computer system and my external hard drive are at home and they burn up, then there goes all my backups anyway. So I like to also back up to a cloud-based provider. Okay. And don't just trust the cloud-based provider as your primary backup because it's quicker to retrieve your backups from your local external hard drive. Folks, I hope this helped you out. I hope it did not confuse you at all. And, thank you so much for watching. Thanks to everybody out there that's been subscribed to this channel. And thanks to all the new subscribers. I absolutely love having you around. And I hope that I can guide you through the world of Photoshop Elements. I have a lot more to teach you. And these videos are going to become a lot more, let's say, timely. All right. So there's been a lot going on, but I'm going to put more effort in this and show you guys around Photoshop Elements and get you more acquainted with it. So if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and please comment below. I would love to hear from you and hear how your backups are going. Until next time, remember, keep those shutters clicking, keep your editors editing. I'll see you back here next time on Photoshop Elements TV. Bye for now.